What's up, YouTube? It's your boy D-Dog here. So today's topic that I want to talk about is what I've been seeing on Twitter or whatnot. Is about the whole E-League thing that's going on, the E-League. Those you don't know, TBS has made a television series called E-League for Street Fighter V. They included like 32 players from across the world to compete for $250,000. These people that were selected, in my opinion, I felt like it was more of a for namesake, perhaps, because of some people that shouldn't have been there. In my opinion, I'm not going to name the people who I think that shouldn't have been there. You can kind of guess by looking like, why is this person there? Though I will give a shout out to Gutex because he did like remarket himself, rebranded himself like so scantless, like little did anyone notice. Like you gotta know with Gutex, he does certain things to rebrand himself like every time. So with that said, let's get into it. So ever since the E-League has started, a lot of questions have been raised about house tournaments. Now I saw on Twitter, Mike Ross was chatting with F-Champ about how that there'll be more invitationals to phase out the 100+ house tournament. Me, on the other hand, I kind of disagree with those statements that they made, even if it was a public tweet, the conversation that they were having to themselves. Thinking about it, that what I think that should happen is, if you're gonna go this route, then if you're considered a pro player playing in invitationals, playing for a high stakes amount of money, then you shouldn't be allowed to be able to compete in any house tournaments or any type of house tournament unless it's an actual esports competition. The reason why I say that, because it's unfair that you want to compete for all amount of money, but at the same time you kind of dog the house tournaments that what made you in the first place. You kind of just, you're shitting on what pretty much started you, that gave you that name. Most of these players wouldn't be who they are if it wasn't for the community. To try to phase out these 100 tournaments, I think it's kind of unfair, because it's kind of a slap in the face to all the house tournaments that these tournament organizers have probably paid to have you come out, probably paid your room and board, paid for your food, just so you can have a good time. I know for a fact that people were paid to come out to YumaCon, the year that they came. I kind of thought that was some bullshit, like any other time we have tournaments, they don't even want to even come to tournaments unless there's some type of benefit that benefits them. Okay, that's cool and all, you have your name, you go into these tournaments and everything, but at the same time, man, I feel like these top players are being treated, they're at the self-entitlement stage where they think that they deserve everything, that they think they should be treated like royalty. Even Infiltration said something about how the way he was treated at the Capcom Cup, I think it was last year or a year before last, he was saying how, oh, we didn't get this treatment or anything like that. And look at the tape, you will see it. But on the other hand, I just found it kind of messed up that people actually think this way. It kind of bothers me, because this is the same people that come to these events and money match people, and you're trying to pretty much phase it out so the creme of la creme can play with each other. I just don't like that. What if it's players, it's been times that players, they come to various tournaments and they got their shit pushed in by a local player that's not considered a pro. You shouldn't shit on something that what made you. Here's what I think that needs to happen though, and I'm just gonna be very honest. You want to go that route, right? This is what needs to happen. If you go this route, you're a pro player. If you're considered a pro player, you should not be allowed to enter any house tournament. That means no NEC, no final round, no summer jam, no big E tournaments, SBR, none of the West Coast tournaments, no combo breaker, no Michigan Masters, no absolute battle, no Midwest Championships, no KIT, no CEO, no nothing. You're pretty much a pro player. You can't enter none of those tournaments. You guys want to phase out these tournaments? You guys don't show up. Don't come to the tournaments. You shouldn't be allowed to play. They do that in the bowling league. I was told that, I was having a discussion with someone and he explained it very well. He's like, they should implement the bowling league rule, whereas if you are a pro bowling player, that you can't enter house league. I think that rule should be implemented if you're gonna go this esports route. If you're gonna go this route, then you gotta play by the rules. You should be able to show up, and then where that happens is you probably charge with just for an appearance, what Yumacon did for some players. But at the same time, it's you know, it just didn't sit well with me, and I felt like I wanted to talk about it. It was just like, wow, like this is how y'all feel now that y'all about to get this esports money. Like y'all playing for $250,000. I have nothing against TBS in the E League that they're doing. I think it's a great idea, you know what I'm saying, to get Street Fighter the promotion that it needs. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is what we want to play for. To try to make it exclusive to just only a certain amount of people, I just feel like it's unfair. Everyone should get a chance to play for that money. You know, I really feel like that they really need to make it where you should be able to play in certain levels. So like, you know, that they should have different rankings. So it should be, you know, rank A, rank B, rank C by your skill level. You know, but you don't get to pick your skill level. So if I was picked to play for some money, esports, that means they'll probably put me in C. That's like the low tier right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and if I win, I get to move up into that B. You know what I'm saying? And then if I go, then I get to play with the pro. You know what I'm saying? Play in that league. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like they need to really look into that more, to expand it, to give people a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see at every event, I don't want to see every esport event that Justin Wong is playing Filipino champ.
Who gives a fuck?
Or I don't want to see Wolf Chrome playing K-Brad for the 50th time.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't want to see the same matches where Daigo is getting his shit pushed in like he did at E-League.
Who gives a fuck?
I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see that all the time. They need to switch it up, and I hope that they watch this video. I'm not trying to bash them or anything. I just feel like, even though this is the first time, I just feel like that they need to really look into it and expand it out to make it more playable for players that are actually interested in trying to go pro, rather than just keep it exclusive to someone that's for namesake. And I feel like that they're pretty much the names that they selected for the first time, it was basically off namesake. You just look at the names itself, you just look right. When they do season 2, I hope they make the following changes. Hopefully Capcom can, you know, listen to the players. You know, the vote, it should be a voting, you know what I'm saying? Like the players that was in season 1 that's in this season should not be able to come back anymore unless you are the champion. That means if you're the champion, then you can fight, y'all can fight for a separate prize pool like they did at Capcom Cup with the Marvel thing. You know, and you had to beat Flocker for extra, well, I guess, I think it was like 1K, but that was Capcom. They need to, the champion, you got to fight the champion. If you win, then, you know, it's like a King of the Hill type thing. They should make it just like that. I just feel like that the next season, the people that were on here should not be on the next. They don't need to have the same people going on the stage, you know, going up there to compete. I will get tired of watching that. You know what I'm saying? I will get tired of watching the same people fight. Even if you even try to mix the groups up and put them in different groups every time, it will still be annoying because no one wants to keep watching them play all the time. That's like watching countless matches of Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. Even though they're two good players, but who wants to watch them keep playing time at the time, okay? It gets good the first 3 to 4 matches, but after a while, okay, you're burning it out now. We need to go to a new saga, okay? Another thing that needs to happen is if they're going to implement this, if they want to phase out these tournaments and make it to where they're just invitational only, then I feel like there needs to be a council. There needs to be a selected group, a selected committee that needs to be made up. Not people that's already involved, no managers, no people that's already running TO, that's running events. There needs to be a selective group, and there needs to be a voting on who gets selected to be on this committee, and let the committee decide what goes on with how people can enter and do what in tournaments. Same thing with the NBA. There needs to be some type of order instead of just random, we're gonna do this or we're gonna select the players. There needs to be some committee to put things in perspective so it can be law. Like there needs to be rules and regulations, not just Capcom rules that, well, since this is Capcom rules, we do this our way. There needs to be a committee to put this, like, no, this is the fighting game community committee, and this is what we have intact. Once you go pro, you cannot enter house tournaments. They're no longer your thing no more. You can't do that because you're playing for the big bucks. That's the same thing for me. It's like if I was to get picked and that rule was intact, then I would have to just suck it up and wait till I'm selected to go to another tournament. I wouldn't be mad if they said, well, D-Dog, you played in the E-League Invitational or you played in this Invitational, you can't enter these tournaments. Okay, I'm fine with that because that's fair, because that means I reached that goal to where I'm actually a pro player and I'm actually playing for money, because I'm pretty sure if you're playing for money, you get paid to show up. That would be dope. Once these sponsors kick in, you're already getting paid to show up. Then you're playing for more money. You have these sponsors, you represent your brand. I just feel like that stuff needs to be in order. That's just my thing. Like I feel like they need to give everyone a chance instead of just selecting people off namesake. I just don't like that. Like I keep reverting back to that, but that's what it seems like what's going to happen. And I hope in season 2 that they actually listen to the players, the people of the community, instead of just pulling, letting Combo Fiend and Capcom select, these people from a group, and it shouldn't be a biased selection. I just feel like some people did get snubbed, and I did voice my opinion about, I think, 2 or 3 players on my Twitter about who should be in, and I actually had a conversation with one of those people, and he actually agreed that it was what it was, and I was like, wow, that person actually, that he reached out to me and we had a chat, and it is what it is with how he felt about it. I just feel that hopefully they make some changes. They select some new people for season 2. At least make it a rank, B rank, C rank, and do some type of ranking. I think Japan has some type of format where they do that as well. Like if you're in this group, you gotta fight your way, out this group, win this bracket so you can qualify for the B bracket. I just feel like they just need to do that. So there just need to be some type of order. Third of all, I just feel like with the house tournaments, I love the house tournament. I love house tournaments. Okay, the house tournaments, they're getting better. Like the broadcasting is getting better. The quality of tournaments are getting better. Production is getting better. The presentation of the events is getting better. A lot of people are showing up to these events, and I appreciate all those tournament organizers. Them TOs. I appreciate the TOs that take the time and they run these events and to get them exactly how they are running. I hope they never go away. And I would hate to see that a long running tournament like Final Round or Big E's tournaments go away. Even though I have yet to go to a Big E tournament, but I really want to go. I just hope that they listen to the players instead of listening to the pro players, biased opinions on who should be selected and who shouldn't. To be honest, I feel like with the first round, with season 1, I just felt like that it was more so of we're not going to pick him. We're going to pick these guys. We're going to pick the good old boys. We're going to pick these guys that we know, who we're cool with. We know that even though you've been asked the whole freaking season 1, you haven't done anything popular in season 1 when it was out, but yet you got picked because of your name. And I just feel like that was unfair. Some people that got snubbed that actually was putting the work in and they didn't even get picked. And I just feel like that was just pretty messed up. I think that's all I'm gonna touch on that, because I'll just keep retorting back that I think it's not fair, and I hope that they make the changes. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching this video. If you took the time out to watch this video, like it, share this video, man. If you want your voice to be heard, share this video. I'm speaking on behalf, people who I've talked to about this whole situation. If you agree with what I say, write it in the comments. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, write it in the comments. Like my video, dislike it. I know if you dislike it because you didn't like what I had to say. I would really like to hear exactly how you feel about, the future of the fighting game community about to transition to the whole esports thing. So I would love to hear your thoughts, your views. I would love to hear it. Like, you know, it needs to be talked about. It shouldn't be nothing that we be scared to talk about. It shouldn't be, well, such and such, I don't want to say anything because then I will lose my cool points with such and such with this pro player. Me, I don't care, man. You gonna like me or you ain't gonna like me. You gonna hear what I gotta say at the end of the day, and that's why most people respect me, because they got respect for me because I say what I feel and I don't care what nobody else thinks. With that said, I'm cut it short. Thanks for watching my video again. Like my video, share my video, subscribe to my channel. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Other than that, you guys stay up and stay safe. Peace. And I keep looking at the dang on screen, but peace.
Who gives a fuck?